What up, y'all? It's your boy Jimmy Dukes here on the last day of the meetup.
Yes, sir.
Top of the morning, how you said, right?
Top of the morning.
Yeah, man. Yesterday was fun. It was cool seeing a lot of people. I know we met last year in person.
Yeah.
And it was cool to see you and your girl and everybody's doing well, man. How's life? How's everything going, man?
Good, man. Balance, man. Balance has been the key word this year, bro. For real. I had to really take some time back and just look at all the cups that I need to pour into. I feel like for a while I was just focusing so heavy on content creation. I was ignoring other aspects of my life. So I had really just tapped in with my relationships, my finances, you know what I'm saying? My spiritual, everything, bro. I was like, yo, I gotta come back and get grounded, get balanced.
Right.
So that's been the whole year for me, for sure.
I like how you said that one of the streams back that I caught you went into a new career field.
Yes, sir.
And you came back and you were talking about it, just saying, man, I feel so much better. I gained weight.
Yeah,
healthy. I'm feeling good. And you talked about that, and I was like, God, that's cool, because you took a break because you had to take care of other stuff, but you were very transparent and letting people know what's up. And I think a lot of people, even for myself, reassessed.
Yeah.
After last year, was kind of like, all right.
And I feel like I had to, because man, the Uchiha gang and Foxx Town, they really held me down, and it really do feel like family. For the past 3 years, these are the people I've been spending a lot of time with. They seen a lot of stuff I was dealing with family. I just keep it real with them. I talk to them like that's family. They really looked out for me. So I had to just be transparent and chop it up, because I was like, yo, I went missing. I went MIA for a little bit.
Yeah,
and I'm I just want to catch y'all up and just, most importantly, just let people know I'm okay.
Yeah. Because that's the thing too, is I was talking to Legarius yesterday, and he was like, he one time he took a couple days break, just he was doing stuff, not just streaming, and people were like, hey, where you at? Are you okay?
Yeah,
and he was like, that was weird to me. That's when he said, wow, people are genuinely want to know how you're doing, not so much why aren't you streaming, blah 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 blah. It was more like, hey, are you all right? You haven't been on in a couple days. You're usually on right now. So it's cool that through this content creation and gaming and everything, you're genuinely making relationships and friendships with people that you've never met
for sure
in person. You know what I mean? Through the damn internet.
And that's what I love about being able to come here and meet up and link with each other, because it's so much bigger than just gaming.
Yeah.
You really start meeting some dope people, and we start opening doors for each other and opportunities and changing lives for real. And it's damn, we all came together just on some gaming, but then you really tap in with some people, and you never know who you bumping shoulders with, man.
Yeah.
You never know.
I like how you said that, because before we started recording, I was saying, a lot of us are all acquaintances, and it's okay. Yeah. It's okay to be acquaintances. We don't all have to be what's up and boys and, know everything about each other, but it's cool that we can acknowledge each other as creators and still getting to know. Sometimes some people just click better than other people, and it's all right. One thing I've noticed, I might be their friend, but they might not be my friend, and it's okay.
Yeah, and that's
know what I mean?
Yeah,
and there's cool. And I think a lot of people will start getting that over time when you still see them over and over, and see them once in a while doing whatever they got going on. So from last year when I met you, I kept in touch with you just through streams and saying what's up, and you come into my shit too. So, and then I had seen you kind of take a break, and you're and I was like, oh shit, I wonder if he's all right or whatever. And then you came back hey, I'm just taking care of stuff, start a new career path and things like that. So coming back, how did it feel? Because I know you got into the VR, man. You did so that one of those first edits. It was I want to think it was a 15-minute video of VR with it was Resident Evil.
Yes.
You did such a good job. I was because I love editing. So when I saw you doing all that, I was like, damn, that looks good.
The crazy part is, man, that's what I was inspired by out the gate, man. Growing up, I was always watching Afro Senju, Berlizzi, Corey Kenshin, and I was like, man, this content's crazy. I never really thought about streaming. I just stumbled into it after the pandemic. But making the videos, the YouTube videos and the VODs, that's always been the bag I wanted to get into. So I was able to just spend some time with that, really look at what type of content I want to do, what type of void I could feel. And the Resident Evil VR is crazy.
Right, dude. Just you. Just I was laughing because with VR, I wanted to get in VR, but I just I get motion sickness too fast, bro. And I noticed that you started sitting down.
Oh yeah.
And you would take breaks because before you were heavy on the VR and you were playing like the burglary game and it just a bunch of random
simulator.
Yeah. So I was like, this is cool.
Yeah.
And then when you did the VR, you would play VR with your homies. It was the shooter one. It was Mercenaries. You played that a little bit.
Wait, so we did Survive. Was it like zombies and stuff?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I think it was Survive.
Yeah. I was like, okay, cool. And then when you put that video together, one thing that I was impressed about, I was like, man, this guy took the time to edit because I know what it is to edit. A lot of people, a lot of people don't like editing because of the time it takes. You know what I mean?
Audio, sound bites, keyframing, like it's a lot.
Yeah,
dude. It's a lot.
I've and you were talking about it right now. I was like, I started falling in love into the process of the editing. Because I was always like, stream. I need to stream. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then I got caught up and I was like, I started doing the reels more since last year. Everybody was saying, hey, diversify, do this, do that. And I started falling in love with the editing. The editing. Because I was like, man, I can't stream as much as I would want to. But what can I do?
Yeah. And,
what can I do?
And it lives on like with streams. And I love streaming. I feel like the content with stream is very much like here today, gone tomorrow. And I remember when I was putting out the Little Nightmare videos, and one of them just like went crazy. Like it's a Little Nightmare video, just like 150K plus, and I was like, what the hell? Like, okay, people really like to see this content catch up, and then people also be in the streams that be upset, like, man, I missed a stream, and then they go back, and it's like going back and watching like a 6-hour stream. All the time, like it's tough. So I'm like, I gotta find a way to like make this bite size for people to enjoy because this content. I'm so salty. I didn't make any videos of my entire God of War playthrough, and I went from the beginning all the way to.
And you look back at it and like, God damn it.
Yeah, man, it made me feel some type of like I gotta slow this down, or I gotta start putting people in position, building a team up where like I could keep up with it. Yeah, and yeah, man, like.
I started doing that too because from last year I just stopped playing. I was more open to playing more like campaign games. Yeah. So I started playing like solo games, but I would start grabbing chunks of it. So I would make the best moments out of like, let's say I started with Resident Evil 8. I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna play this and I'm gonna make the best moments. It was like 6 or 7 streams, and like every 2 or 3 streams I'd grab all the clips that I made and then put it out. And I was like, wow, like I didn't at first it didn't do well, but over time people were like, I got 3 minutes. I got 5 minutes to watch this. You know, I say one thing about with content creation, especially streaming, not everybody has time to be sitting in there. But for me, when I'm taking a shit or I'm out walking around or eating, like I could watch clips, I could watch reels, like, you know. Okay, let me say this you know, I enjoy people's off-stream content more than I do their on-stream. I'll stop by and say what's up, but I can't.
Sometimes you can't really.
Yeah, maybe 2-3 minutes, you know, chill a little bit. But if there's something I could watch on my own time, I do that way more. I've noticed that people are more willing to check out that content. But I was ever confident, how you were saying, like, I can't believe I waited so long to take advantage of that. Yeah. I was just like, what the hell was I doing?
You look back like, yo,
God damn, I had like 3 whole games.
Yeah, no, for real. I'm looking at all the playthroughs. I'm like, oh my God, the Last of Us playthrough. Like, but it was cool. Like, it helped me. Like, I built a lot of skills throughout that phase. And like, I really got to know myself as a creator because I was kind of just like drifting through it, just making the content. And then like at some point in time, it clicked. You'd be like, okay, wait, okay, I'm doing this. You starting to recognize your skills, get better at things. And you're like, okay, now I need to focus in on this particular type of content. Or you start realizing like, these are my strengths, these are my weaknesses. Let me sharpen this blade up. Let me figure out like what I could do and build a team around it. That's another thing too that I've been trying to get better with is just like not trying to be the one-man army because it is a lot. And now that I'm like really looking into balance, like I'm trying to put other people in place to help me with the content because trying to do everything yourself, it's cool. It's good that you get to learn the bulk of it, but so you can start putting people in place, be like, okay, I like this. Like you can kind of paint the vision a little bit clearer for people in the content, but like that is so important. Like, and then I noticed there's a lot of content creators that I watch and that I'm inspired by, like they have a team of people. Like,
yeah, for sure. Once you start getting into the space where you're making a living and you want to focus on the streams and things like that, like I've seen people have editors and do this and do that. They just focus on just pumping out that shit. Like obviously when you're the 1% of the 1%, they're doing all that, but you know, 3 or 4 reels a day, short form content, and they're streaming like 6-7 hours a day. you know, but you know what I mean? So
still
it's hard.
Eat.
Yeah, I still gotta eat, have a family, shit like that.
Watch
touch grass.
For real, like.
Yeah. Because with me, like I work full time. So that's 40 hours a week. And then I'll stream maybe 10 to 12 hours a week. And in between, like when, you know, I'm not working or breaks, I'm just working on videos. Like I found my groove that works for me, and I'm okay at moving at my pace.
Yep.
You know, because, you know, last year, just talking to people and just how things had changed with the numbers, I was more like honest with myself of how I was going with my journey, and I was content. Because a lot of people always feel like they're missing out, they're falling behind. But having that self-reflection, how you were saying, just like, all right, hold up, what do I need to do to be successful in my own way? And then let me start moving.
Yes.
You know, because how you said you were just floating along, you know what I mean? Just like, all right, I'm trying to figure
through it.
Really and that doesn't always work. But for you to take the time to recognize that, a lot of people don't. Yeah. They're just bumping their head against the wall still. They're like, man, I'm streaming 8 hours a day. Nobody shows up.
Like nah.
Maybe it might not be for you. Maybe if you start doing some other things, people might get interested. How you said, if you do little clips, they get interested to show up to the stream. Yeah. Like, I missed that.
You built that relationship with them. And that's another thing, too, why I'm glad we got the short form content. That's something I had to get better with, is like, you give people like that teaser and you start to build that relationship. They see the content. And for me, like, I don't like to just put out anything. Like, if I put something out, I really want to make sure it's like content that I feel really confident about, so that you build that relationship with your viewers and your audience. And they're like, okay, like I didn't watch multiple 15, 30-second reels, maybe a minute. And if it was good content every time, then they're like, okay, when you drop that 8-minute video, that longer form content, they know like I'm going to come tap in and it's not going to waste my time. Like I know he's putting out quality, like you're not just putting out anything. Yeah. So like that, man, dude, this whole year, that's all. I just had all this time to really just look back at my content and just really peep like, okay, this is what I need to be doing. Like, let me really lock in and tap in on this. Like, it's crazy, bro. It's been an amazing journey. Yeah. But I'm so happy, bro. Yeah. It's good because I'm glad you say that. It is a journey, all of us in our own different ways. Like, some people just get caught up like, oh, this fucker's doing this. Oh, why is he's got this? Why he's got, like, don't worry about them. Yeah. You know, don't worry about them. Just, you know, worry about what you got going on. I tell people, like, don't worry about if somebody ended up getting way more reactions or more views or why and shit like that. Like, dude, if I feel that, and I've always said that this is a damn marathon. You can sprint in short periods of time, but my little ass going at 3 miles an hour forever is going to pass you eventually. Yeah, because I'm slowly just moving in my direction, how I want to move. And the way that the community and the people that support me and like what I got, I'm okay with it. Because some people just get so caught up and feel like, oh, I'm doing all this and I'm getting no results. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's that quick satisfaction because of the internet. Yeah. And you know, constantly comparing and looking at, you know, other people and their success. Like you just gotta be in your lane, focus on you, control what you can control, just move, like, and just gain that confidence and just continue to work on the craft, and it'll come together. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So with we did, you know, we had the meetup this weekend, and it was good seeing you guys in person, and it was refreshing. It's always like being around other people that are in this space or people that support or gamers community. It's cool because I get the energy from everybody, and then I go home. Yeah. And it's like, it's fulfilling knowing that I'm talking to people that are genuinely trying to get in this space or doing something, or even they're just chill people and they enjoy streaming and or not. It's cool like that we've all met each other because of this damn meetup. Yeah, man. I'd say every time this is my favorite one because we really just come to connect. Like it's like we hear like I love PAX East, but you know, it was like when we there with some of the executives and people like that, like, you know, you kind of move like a little bit different. Yeah, of course. You know, or like not even in a weird way, but like you're trying to get into with brand deals. Yeah, exactly. You know yeah. This is an in between right now. Everybody genuinely meeting up and hanging out and still spitting, you know, information. But yeah, like something a lot bigger than that. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's a lot different because you're there for, you know, there's a time and a place for everything, right? Most definitely. You know what I mean? Definitely. So yeah, so that was one thing I know that you have done is like you've done the bigger ones like that. And it's cool that you just compared it. Like those you have to, because there's certain things going on, you got to keep up. With these, it's more like, hey, what's up? How everybody's hanging out? Yeah, we just go get something to eat. Yeah, go to the pool. How you guys were just hanging out and stuff. Like, I like that. So with this year, like being halfway through, like what do you see yourself in the next couple months as far as your content and
what other stuff can you share that you're looking into or wanting to do like towards the end of this year, man?
Man, dude, VR is insane. I know you was talking about when you play VR, you get a little bit sickness. There's so many different ways to play VR, and I feel like the default settings for VR is so weird, bro. Like there's like they call it comfort mode, but that's when you like move the analog and you snap in like 45 degree angles.
Oh man, that makes me a lot more sick.
Yeah, and that's like the default control. And then they do like the teleport, so they have like room scale, arena scales, sitting, standing, the smooth turn, snap turn, teleport, the locomotive. Like you just really got to go into the settings and like figure out what works for you. But like you say, you've been seeing me sit down a lot. I prefer to sit and play because I don't have a lot of space, which you don't need a lot of space to play on a game. And then each game will tell you if you're sitting, standing. But anyways, VR, dude, VR is definitely what I'm diving into.
Yeah,
it's open. It's an open field right now.
And the games have gotten so much better.
Yeah, no,
it's crazy, man. The games have gotten so much better. Like I got a VR last year during Black Friday. Yeah. I was playing a lot of little games or whatever. But the one game that I was like, I would love to play this game, but I just got so sick was that Contractors.
Yep.
Bro, like changing out the gun.
They got they're making a battle royale for Contractors. They just announced it.
Dude, and people were making maps from Call of Duty on there, and I was just like, what? I'm playing Rust on Contract?
Dog.
Also, but I was just getting, even if I sat down, bro, I was just like, But when I've talked to people about the VR, they just say you build your tolerance little by little by just doing it. Because I was trying to stream it, and then I was like, I can't be functional and stream it. But what I started doing was I would just record myself, a local record, and then just put it out. Yeah,
for sure. If anything, you definitely got to build up to it. I think, I don't know, VR. If I do like another VR kickback, that's something I want to put together as well. Like that, a lot of the times when I got into VR, I started like kind of slower. Contractors or like just gaming in general. It is a lot to take on. I also used to work for a VR company, so I got a lot of experience with that. But yeah, it's just baby steps. VR chat was a nice like intro. We do a little kickback. It's literally like Goku and whatever. You can be whatever you want to be. Right? We just out kicking it, playing pool, whatever, just vibing. So I definitely want to put something like that together. I would love for you to pull up. And I could, we could talk about the settings and stuff.
Yeah. Like, that's the thing too, because like I have one and I was like, I don't even fucking use it.
I feel like it's crazy because even me working in the VR field, like I never thought to like buy a headset, and then they shipped it to me. I was like, oh yeah, let me try it out. Yeah, it's weird. So, but
I see but you got like the gear, like you have like the headset that makes it more stable.
Oh
and everything like that. I noticed that. I was like, I've seen that people like that dive into the VR more. It's hard if you have just the regular. It might just slip off because sometimes when I was standing or move, it would just start slipping around or it wasn't
it's front heavy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bobo VR. That's the headset strap that. And it got a nice little battery pack too. And it's not super heavy. It takes the weight off of your face. Like, it's a nice balance.
It balances it out
for sure.
Yeah, that was another thing too, because like that shit heats up or it drains a battery so fast. So I would have it connected through like the AirPlay, I guess, through the Wi-Fi, and it was cool. And I was like doing a stream, and it was like 45 minutes in, and I killed already more than half the battery. I was like, whoa.
You like, hey.
I was trying to get at least an hour, and I guess like I'm gonna have to plug it in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I started looking, and I started seeing the headsets and with the battery packs and shit like that. I was like, God damn, that's very interesting. So with going into the year, you're talking about the VR and stuff like that. And you got a new career path that you've been focusing on and balancing all your different buckets. And it was cool seeing you say, man, I feel way better, man. I think this last year, and a lot of people just got to self-reflect, and maybe this is not for them, or maybe it isn't right now. Because and I was the one, I too sometimes like, oh, that guy quit, this guy quit. And instead of just I wasn't being a dick. I was just like, oh, I don't see this guy, I need quit or whatever.
Yeah.
But for me, when I was kind of going through like self-reflecting, I was like, I'm not judging people. Maybe they just realize that this is not for them right now, or maybe they want to do something else. Like this content creation thing, I've always told people, I was like, guess what? If you leave, it'll always be here.
Yep.
You could always come back anytime at your own pace or whatever, right? But to be successful and to, you have to constantly kind of keep up or be a little like kind of let people know what's going on. Because if you come and go too much, it's kind of the consistency isn't there, and you might not get what you want out of it. But some people are okay with that.
Yeah,
You know, and that was more thing that I learned just by watching people. Like, ain't nobody trying to be full time and make money. People just enjoy doing this.
Just enjoy the content.
Yeah, enjoy doing it. And I was like, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like what I'm over here not judging people, but I'm just seeing how people are not quitting or coming and going. And I was like, man, everybody does this for a different reason.
Mm-hmm.
And that made me more confident in myself moving forward, how I want to move forward. I was like, all right, cool. I was learning that it's okay not to be full time. It's okay not to have 1 million views. It's okay, you know, not to do this or to do that. So I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
I felt better.
And pacing it, like, because, man, the last 3 years, all I did was eat and sleep and breathe content creation. And again, like, coming back to the whole balance thing, like, you can be going crazy in the numbers, but then, like, your health is fucked up. You know, your relationships are not, you know, like, it was crazy, man. Like, coming out of it is, like, coming out of the year of 2022, and then, you know, like, I was in a contract. I knew it wasn't going to last forever, so I knew that I needed to pivot into something. So just having that time to really, like, lock back in my life, like, I had gained weight. I was like, yo, what is happening? I'm happy I did, because I was always kind of skinny, but I was like, yo, I'm getting back in the gym, listening to my audiobooks, reading, like, everything, bro. Like, it all came together, and it makes me feel 1,000% better about my content, bro.
Yeah.
And not stressing over it, because you get stressed over it, you look at other people and their results, and then you could really get caught up in that. And I just had to take a step back and just take a breather and be like, yo, let's lock in. You really focus on, like, everything. Like, I'm eating better, bro. Like, I feel great.
That's good. I know, like, that one of that first stream back after you had finished doing what you were doing for your career path, you were talking about it. And I was like, I caught you for about 10, 15 minutes, and you were just talking before playing, just letting everybody know. And I was like, glad that you were talking about that, because a lot of people see you at a certain level, you know, but to admittedly say, hey, I need to chill and take a step back. Some people that were watching you or respect you and support you, that helped them reflect too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because when I saw other people doing that, I was able to self-reflect and see how, like, maybe I am pushing too hard, because, you know, I am a husband, you know, I have a full-time career, I am a dad. And I was doing that too, like my first year and a half. I was like, I need to stream because at the time I was unemployed. So I felt like, all right, this is what
I had nothing else better to do.
You know, this is what I'm going to do. But, you know, I was, not that I was being a shitty husband, but I could have been a better husband. I could have been a better father.
Yeah.
And my wife is like, man, you're always just locked up in that room. You're always locked up in that room. And I was like, but this is what I got to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then that helped me, you know, shout out to my wife. It just, like, helped me realize, like, man, I need to pump my brakes, because this is a balance.
Yep.
You know, like, my life isn't just all content creation, you know what I mean? And that helped me get better. And coming last year to the meetup helped me. Hearing that from other people helped me with the way I wanted to kind of move forward for the year after, man. Since last year, I was like, you know what? I'm okay not being able to stream or keeping a schedule. I'm gonna start doing this podcast thing more, and it could be off stream content.
I love it, bro. This is crazy.
Thank you. Yeah, man.
This is crazy.
Yeah,
dog.
man. So I was like, I started doing some more in town and just reaching out to people that would be interested in just, you know, talking about their journey and stuff like that. Cause I love talking to people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If this leads to something, great. If not, I'm okay with it because I'm doing it because I enjoy it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
That's the most important part. Just do it because you love it.
Yeah, because
because
if you get too burned out on it and you're forcing yourself, like, I just, like, man, like, when I first started streaming, it was always Warzone. I need to keep up. And I was like, man, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm not even having fun. I'm over here fucking getting pissed off. Nobody cares about if I fucking die 10 times. Nobody cares. They're showing up for me. And I was like, okay.
If you just genuinely having fun with it, like, you could tell, like, the community could tell, you could feel it. It reflects in the content. Like, when you just not having fun, I noticed that too. Like, when I was grinding the hours, I would go back and I'm like, dude, I'm making bad content, bro. Like, this is not even, like, before the super grindy, like, contract, and I was looking at some of my old streams and my energy, and I was like, just look how I was floating. Like, I was just floating through this, having a good time. The community was having a great time, and then I got too deep into it. Then it started getting stressful. Then I started, like, not wanting to play the game. And I love gaming, bro. Like, I've always wanted to game, but I was noticing how it was affecting me, bro. Or anytime I would play the game, I'm like, man, I should be recording. I could be making content. I could do this.
Oh, man.
I'm like, I can't even just chill and play the game. I was like, yo, I gotta dial back. Like, so I'm enjoying it a lot. Like, I'm enjoying gaming again. I'm enjoying just like tapping in, and it feels good. And it reflects. The community can tell too.
I like how you say that because like I have limited time to play. So when I would play, I would stream, and then I was like, it felt I was like forcing myself to play video games. Like, why do I play games to have fun? What am I doing? Like, you know, just like, but you have to kind of go through that as a content creator, like having that, realizing yourself or having the right type of people, you know, tap you on the shoulder, tell you, hey, you know, you ain't doing so well or whatever. Are you okay or whatever? Like, you don't seem happy, you know, playing this. So I was like, once I was more open to playing different games, I was having fun. I was having fun instead of trying to be a sweat or try to be really good. And like my content was focused on, I need to get like 10 kills so I can make some dope ass reels. Like, no, I'm over here breaking my legs or playing fucking Fortnite and my son's carrying me to a victory. You know what I mean? And I'm laughing. That's what people like, because that's me. That's me. I was more comfortable being me when it came to the gaming space as far as streaming. I was like, man, but I looked back at my streams, my older ones, and I'm like, oh, man, that's not me. Yeah. That's me, but it's not me.
Yep. You can see it. You're like, damn, like, nah, we gotta come back to the drawing board.
Yeah. So with your new career and you're talking about just like, you know, taking care of yourself, and I think I heard you say you wake up like 4 or 5 in the morning. You know what I mean?
I actually really like, oh man,
you're like, damn, I have a whole day. You're like, I have a whole day left.
It feels so good to wake up and just get a lot of work done, and then you wake up and or you look up and it's like 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock. You're like, I done got all of this done. Like, I feel a lot more productive, bro. Like, and then I wake up in the morning. What I've been trying to get better at is when I wake up, I try not to just immediately jump into my phone, because it'll change like my whole my whole philosophy, my whole mindset. Like, my mood will get changed if I just jump straight into my phone. So I really try to wake up and have that first hour to myself, whether if I'm just listening to some audios or, you know, get a quick workout or something like that, and just have that time to just really get my mind right and, you know, chill myself and like grace and be thankful for the things I got, and then start the day. And my days go 1,000% better like that.
Yeah, the having the gratitude of just being happy and knowing that everything's good. Like, because I used to be a night owl, and I've been at this job. I'm an IT guy from home, and I've been there almost 2 years. And I started, my job shift was 5 in the morning, and I was like, oh, this is fucking gonna be crazy. Like, because I go to sleep like at 2 or 3 in the morning, go to work at 8, you know what I mean? But now I have to, like, I can't stay up till 2 or 3, you know what I mean? But it changed, like, but you're right. Like, I was like, fuck, and everybody, you work at 5 in the morning? I was like, yeah, but I'm out at 1.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I'm out at 1. So like, I get up before everybody's up, and when everybody starts waking up, I've already been working for 3 hours.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I work from home, so the kids go to school, my wife goes to work, and in between breaks, I'm working on content, and I get out at 1, and then I can stream for 1 or 2 hours before the kids get home or my wife gets home. So my schedule ended up working out. I just never took advantage of it.
Yeah.
I never took advantage of it.
And I needed that, because when I wasn't working, when I didn't get into the career, like, my time management was just horrible, bro. Like, I was just all over the place. But like, now having a schedule, like with the work, balancing it, like I'm making every minute count, bro. Every single minute on the clock, it gotta count. So I'm like, this worked out a lot. Like, it was confusing at first trying to jump into it, but yeah, like I can't even put it into words, bro. Like, my whole philosophy changed on everything, bro. Like, mentally, just everything is clearer. Like I said, I see things much clearer now. And sometimes when you're looking at it, you can't see it. It don't make sense right in that moment. But then, like, you'll blink, you like, yo, everything it fell into place exactly how it needed to.
Mm-hmm.
And man, you'll know, like, that moment it just happened. You're like, I'm where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah,
I'm where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah,
right now.
A lot of people will try to chase it instead of just letting it happen.
Yep.
And when it just happens and you realize it, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Because I'm a true believer. Like, I'm not super religious or anything like that. But what I do believe is, like, if you do good and what you're supposed to do, and you're moving in a positive way, everything happens for a reason. It might not happen as soon as you want, when you want, how you want, but in time, everything falls into place. So like this, ever since like my past year and a half, I just been on a high as far as content creation. Like, I am happy. You know, I don't feel like I'm working. I'm not forcing myself to stream. I'm okay with saying no. I'm okay with bad numbers, no numbers, supporters, no supporters. Like, I am okay.
Yeah.
And that peace of mind has helped me as a whole, as for my life.
Because
not just
life is going to happen. Yeah, life is going to happen to you, and it's really just like how you react to it. You know, like just being in a space, be like, when this happens, just whatever your philosophy is, or like just having a mental attitude to just take on a day and be like, okay, cool. Like, it's whatever happens, I'm straight. We're gonna get through it, and it changes everything in all walks of life. Like, it all starts here, dude. Like, for real, and it's been blowing my mind.
Yeah,
bro. Like.
Yeah, I'd be listening to like I would not make fun of, but I always thought it was a joke. Like, what's up with all these motivational short videos and quotes? Like, that's stupid. That's stupid. But the past year and a half, when I started listening to people talk and just being positive, and how you said it is a state of mind. Yeah. Like, when bad things happen to me, I don't even get mad anymore. About it. Like, I get a flat tire. Oh well, okay, fix it. Cool. Oh fuck. Some people are like, God, fucking just ruined my day. Blah, blah, blah. Like,
and then it's the spiral. Like,
and everything's coming out to get me, and everything's happening. Like, oh, this sucks. I have bad luck. If you think that way, it's gonna happen.
It's gonna start attracting to you for real. You be like,
yeah, but having that mental state of mind, dude, it's so like, it's hard for people to grasp sometimes. But how you said, once you have that little epiphany in life, and you start realizing, having gratitude, and you know, I talked to No Sense. Shout out to No Sense, man. That guy is like one of the most positive motherfuckers.
Water your root.
Being around, you know what I mean? And being around him last year and getting to know him and seeing what he's doing and talking to him on the podcast and just having small conversation off stream. Yeah. You know, having those types of assets in your life are good. We might not be best friends or anything, but just getting to know him and his message, and he's like, hey man, I like what you're doing with this and shit like that. That's how it should be. Yes. You know what I mean? That's how it should be. And I feel more confident. Like, I don't need people to tell me how great I am every day. You know what I mean? It's all good. I'm doing things in my pace, and I feel comfortable as a husband, in my career, for life, and taking bills and making sure everything's good. And then this is good. Yes. You know what I mean? But it took my state of mind first to get there.
Yep. You gotta start on the inside.
Yeah, man. So yeah, the water your root, man.
Shout out to No Sense. Shout out to Sensei.
Yeah, man. So with this year already ending and next year, like, and ideally, like, how do you see this whole next year as far as your content, like the balancing? Are you going to do a little bit more VR stuff as far as your main thing? Are you going to be streaming more? Like, ideally next year, what do you see yourself doing?
Definitely focusing on short form content and long form content. Streaming, I'm still trying to figure out VR and streaming. That's a little different. I'm in a process of trying to figure that out exactly, like what games I want to stream in VR, like the drop in, drop out games, stuff like Devour, Phasmophobia and stuff. But like some of the like more story content, like I really want to like take people on a journey. I noticed that was something that I really did naturally and enjoy with my content, is playing like the story games, and like we all going on this like adventure together and making that the best like it could possibly be. So definitely on the streaming side, I just want to do more stuff like this, chopping up with the community, keeping them up. I think as far as the content is gonna be more like VODs, more shorts, but hop on stream and just kind of catch people up, like, yo, this is what I'm doing, and then occasionally jump in, play some games, mess around, you know, throw some I really want to do some kickbacks, like get the community involved on that as well, like the VR kickbacks. And you don't even got to be in VR.
Yeah, you could just have it on a PC. Yeah, you could download it for free on Steam, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And movie nights too, like, you know how we do like movie nights in Discord and stuff like that. There's an app in VR where like you could invite people.
Really, and everybody's all sitting next to each other, and so that's dope. So, yeah, because the whole VR space, obviously, for people that don't know, with the whole VR, they got a new line of devices.
Oh, Apple is coming up too.
Dude, there's like some
people get excited.
There was like a $2,000 VR. I was like, what?
Yeah, yo, Apple got $3,500. I'm end up grabbing it though. I already know.
Yeah,
I know.
But that's cool. But that's what, like, that's what you want to do. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Opening the gates. I'm seeing people get excited about it. They're like, oh, what? Apple got a VR headset? I'm like, oh yeah, this is the future. It's happening. Yeah, that's another thing too, bro, about VR. Like, a lot of people in the VR community, when you play games, they call like kids like squeakers and stuff like that. Like, oh, it's a bunch of kids in VR. And I'm like, dude, they're the future. These are all of these kids that are playing VR right now. They're going to grow up like this. Like, that is the next wave. That's the next generation of like gaming, bro. So it's just a good space to, this is the future, bro. Yeah. Like, for real. It's about to get crazy.
It's funny that you say that, because when the times I did play Contractor, and I hear little kids, and I look up at the score, they got like 30 kills. I was like, what the fuck?
Going crazy.
This
there,
kid
bro.
does not sound older than my
They're
7-year-old
going
son,
crazy.
just out there just fucking everybody up. I'm like, Jesus. But you're right. I didn't think about it that way until you said it. I was like, though that's, you know, the VR is that's their Nintendo for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's their Sega.
And they grow up, they're gonna be looking for content creators. They're gonna be looking at people be inspired by. They're gonna want to get into the content as well. And then it's like, boom, like, oh yeah, I remember watching Foxx back in the day, or this and the third. I remember that, and it's like, yeah, that's where we at. It's crazy, bro.
Dude.
It's crazy. I'm not even gonna lie.
My older son, he's 7, and you know, about a year ago, I started letting him play a little bit more, and he just fell in love with Fortnite.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, just letting him play. And then now I just see him, like, how good he got in a short period of time. And like, he's a good kid. He does good in school. I have no problems with him at home. So I let him play, you know, at least, you know, 1 or 2 hours a day once he's done with everything. But in that short period of time, and then when I go play with him, he's like level 200. I'm all, what the fuck?
And like, it's like people are making like successful careers out of this. Like people are getting crazy deals, and not even on some like doing it for the money, but it like we're breaking out of this stigma of like, oh, when you're gaming, you're just a couch potato. You're not gonna like, dude. When I was growing up, I sold my PlayStation because people used to just shit on gaming as like a dream. Yeah, and then Fortnite really took off. People started getting paid and crazy. And then another thing to kind of bring it back to the VR side is like, you get fit, like, bro, you break a sweat playing VR, dog. So like,
I was doing a boxing. I was doing a boxing game, and it was like 1-2.
Yep.
Slip 1-2, and I was like, all right, cool. So I was like, you know, because I you know, I've hit a bag a couple times, and I would, you know, train a little bit of boxing. But I was doing that. I didn't have anything on my hands. Yeah. But I was getting tired. Yeah.
That's
I was like a 2-minute round, and you're supposed to do 5 2-minute rounds. Like, oh, damn.
You like, yo, 2 minutes for like 2 hours when you're boxing, bro. You're like, yo, what is happening right now? Right. So
yeah, like even with like you play like I was playing like I downloaded Fruit Ninja. Yeah. For the kids, and I'm sitting in the living room,
get the workout on,
and I'm like, horrible score. I'm all tired.
I'm
all tired. I was like, what the fuck just happened? I gotta try again.
Yeah, no, for real. Like, man, I love it, bro. It's just breaking. Then they got I don't know if you've seen like the omnidirectional treadmills and stuff like that. Like, they have the treadmills for VR where like you walk. Like,
I've seen them. Like when you put a harness on or something. Yeah. I've seen those. Is that something that's going to be more and more just available as far as like cost wise? Because obviously I would see one 5 or 6 years ago, it's like $10,000. Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. I haven't looked too deep into it, but I've just noticed that it's a little bit more. I've been seeing it more often because I remember just seeing like this one clip of it. But now that I'm getting in the VR community, I'm noticing like multiple people have it. I was like, oh, okay, like I guess
it's
like
doable.
Yeah, like more companies are coming out. I'm sure to get cheaper, better competition wise. Apple doing this thing, Meta's in tune now. Like we got these bigger corporations coming around, so people are gonna start getting more accessories, and I'm sure to get better later down the line. Yeah,
because I've seen when a lot of people were getting the whole and go back to the whole COVIDs when people started buying the racing rigs. Yeah, there all of a sudden there was a lot more companies that'll just sell you the setup. And then you just plug in the pedals and whatever steering wheel you want. And it used to be thousands of dollars. Now it's like $200 or $300, like reasonable. Like entry level one, obviously, but you see people do that more and more, and I could see that now that you mention it with what is it called? Like the omnidirectional, with time, and you're saying other companies are gonna come into the space and things like that, and it'll be affordable. Yep. That you're gonna start seeing that more. No shit, huh?
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's
bro.
Crazy. Damn.
And just getting people together too, man. Like I think about it, like I got good friends that are probably like moved away, or like I'm sure everybody got a good friend or a family member or somebody that you probably spent a lot of time with and they moved away, and it's like it's hard to get people together in one room, bro, to like kick it, even like with the boys back at
nowadays.
It's really tough to get together. So those moments where like even went to just talk shit and like play spades or something like that, or you're at the house, y'all want to link up, play pool real quick, you know what I'm saying? We got like an hour, you in the comfort of your house if you want to smoke, drink, whatever you do, but you're already in the safety of your crib. You ain't got to like pop out as a supplement, not a replacement.
Yeah.
You still want to go out. I don't want to make it sound
no Ready Player
crazy,
One.
Like, but you know, it is hard to get up with people, man, with family or anybody, but now you just kind of have that as an option, as a supplement. Be like, yo, let's do something. Like, I'm me and my girl, I'm like looking to do like little date nights and stuff like that. We are too. Like we go play mini golf or something. If she's at work or she's at home and I'm at home and we can't get together, it's like, yo, babe, real quick, pop the headset on. We can go chill, watch a movie.
That's cool. Like, yeah, it is a supplement to adding to your friendships with other things. Yeah, because you're right. We were saying it before recording that everybody's got a life. Everybody's got stuff going on. We would love to do certain things or whatever, like, but you can't. You know, you have to balance a healthy balance with a lot of things you got going on in your life. Because one thing that when I started this year, I told myself, I started, recording my GoPro stuff playing hockey. Yeah. And I was like putting that shit out more, and I was like, oh, that's dope. Yeah. And then I told myself this year, I was like, all right, I'm going to go back to jiu-jitsu. And so I stopped playing hockey and I started training jiu-jitsu about a month ago. And I was like, I'm going to start putting some of that content out. Yeah. You know what I mean? I was like, I don't have to stream. I don't have to stream to be a content creator and put stuff out there that people enjoy, So I was more confident in myself and grabbing other things that I do in my life that I could add to my content and, let people know, I play roller hockey.
Yeah, they're like, what? They're like, oh, shit.
I play games with my kids.
Hell yeah.
I do a podcast. I stream. So it's just like a little bit of everything that I'm okay moving forward with. And I think that it's cool hearing you, somebody that, you've been at a level for a while and saying, hey, it's okay not to do this and taking a step back.
Yes.
The other people that are watching or hearing this might resonate and be like, you know what? They're right. You know what I mean? Because I try to spread that every time, guys. I'm like, hey, I might not be the best, but think about this, think about that. If you're beating your head against the wall and you're looking at numbers and you're worried about this, I tell people, to make goals that you are in charge of. Yep. Like what can you do that doesn't depend on other people? Because I see this all the time, and I'm not trying to hate on anybody or giving anybody a hard time. Like, I need 500 followers by the end of the year. Well, that takes other people to fill that goal.
Yeah.
How about one reel a week? Yep. One VOD a month.
Yep. It's super slight.
Yeah. Things that you are in control of. If you do all that stuff, those numbers and follows will come.
Keep your goals ahead of you. Like, I bought a planner, and every day, even if it's super slight, just a couple goals. Go hit the gym, you know what I'm saying? Meal prep, whatever. You start checking that off and you start to build this habit, and then like it just stacks, like that compound interest of just like you knocking out little tasks every day, and then you like that compound interest of time, you just doing a little bit of something every day, and then you look up a year and you're like, yo, what the fuck? Like, everything just changed just by doing these simple little things day in and day out. Don't stress over it, you know what I'm saying? Things change. If you're not able to get to this day, it's cool. You got tomorrow, but just don't sweat it. Don't like stress yourself out over it.
Right.
And everything will just fall in place.
Yeah, I like how you said that, because I'm 38, so
get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. So I was when I was younger, the way I would,
dude, you look young as shit.
I'll take it.
Kid's husband, right. That's crazy.
Yeah. So like I would like as a like my mid-20s, I was playing hockey. I was trying to pursue that, and it wasn't gonna pay the bills, and didn't get my school figured out. And once I like started making mini goals in my life, like before content creation was even a thought in my brain, just having mini goals helped me.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And then shout out to my wife. We did goals together too. Like, all right, we want to get our credit together so we can get a house. We want to financially so we can have our family. And having those small little goals, how you were saying, without realizing like, damn, like we paid our debt off.
Yep.
Our credit score went up. We could apply for the loan for the house, but we were doing the small things. And I tell people all the time, like, make small goals that leads to your long-term goals. Yep. You know what I mean? Because in time, as long as those little small goals are leading to the big goal, it's going to happen.
Keep them in front of you, write them down. That's what helped me. I like to write it down, so I internalize it better. I just bought a journal. I got all the dates on it, and you look at just keeping it in front of you. And it's weird because like when you look up motivation and shit, like almost everybody says the same thing, and it's like they're dead ass serious, bro.
Shit. I say that too. I was like, what's up with these little things? But when you hear the right one or the people that you like saying the same goddamn thing, there is a reason, because somebody else told them, or they heard it and they did, and they passed it on. Because I like the David Goggins and Joe Rogan, and this guy named Jocko that does these quotes like, fucking get up and do something. Yep. What are you going to do? You're the one. It's your mental state. What are you going to do? You. And it gives you that self-reflect, but that motivation that these guys are all did the same thing.
Yeah, literally.
Whatever you want to do, you can go out there and tackle it if you get yourself right. And listening to those and writing things down, like I was like, all right, I got these VODs that I want to do.
Yep.
I have these real ideas. And then I get to them.
Yep.
I get to them that I don't force myself like, oh, by the end of the day, I got to do this. But I just start writing things down. Mm-hmm. But I tell people, write things down and start checking them off. Don't just keep writing shit down and never get to them.
Then you're going to look at it and be like, damn, I didn't do this. Didn't start doing the opposite. It's like, nah, just you check it off. You're going to feel fucking good about it. Even if it's just like, I could, or I got up, I went to work today. You check that off, you're going to feel good about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like, okay, I'm moving forward. I'm moving in the right direction. And then over time, it's a complete shift, bro. It's all philosophy. It's cool, man. It's cool. And I love hearing people say that, because all of us are on different paths and journey and whatever we want to do in life, not just content creation. I was saying, man, it's cool getting to know people. We're all acquaintances, and some of us end up being closer than others, or we end up building friendships through the content we first met each other in. And it's cool seeing you flourish and growing up to be adulting and being honest with yourself. You're like, damn, I need it. As much as I want this, I gotta do this. As much as I want to do this, I gotta do this. And then you said it. Wow, I started balancing without even realizing, and I needed that. Yes.
And you going through your different things with content creation, instead of just fuck it, it's done. I'm never gonna meet whatever. Just like, you know what? Switch lanes.
Yep.
Make myself better, and then I can get back to this.
Start on this. Boom. You get yourself right. Everything else is gonna fall right into place as it needs to.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, I'm like, man, eat good, sleep, try to exercise, do little things. I'm not saying like I tell my kids all the time, like they're like, you have a little belly. I was like, yeah, but I have a little 4-pack compared to so-and-so's dad. So-and-so's dad play hockey, do jiu-jitsu. They go outside, play soccer with you. You know what I mean? I'm out there coaching basketball. Like, I just to show them that, hey, I can do this, I could do that. Within reason, that it is possible. Yes. And you were saying right now, like, my time management over the years has gotten better. Because they're like, you do so much. How do you do it? You can do it.
You can do it.
They're like, how do you do everything, man? I was like, man, it takes work. Yeah. But once you find that groove, it's easy. Yep. Because you start doing it without even realizing.
Yeah, it just become a habit, and then you just moving. You're not even thinking twice about it now. You just like, I'm getting up, boom, knocking stuff out.
Yeah, because I like going back to the motivational things. There was one. It was like, residents like, do what you're supposed to do. That's it. Do what you're supposed to do.
Straight up.
Do what you're supposed to do, and that's at the start. You know what I mean? Just do it. Get up in the morning. Go to work. Yep. Eat decent. Drink water. Do all that. You're supposed to do that. Just do it.
Just do it. The time gonna pass anyway. That's another thing. And that's another thing when people be looking at the goals like, oh man, it's gonna take me this long. Like, dude, the time is going to pass anyway. Just do it. Just get it done. Mm-hmm. The time is going. Then you look up, you're like, oh shit, like, I done came a long way. Like,
Yeah, and being honest with yourself like that. But before getting out of here, man, I appreciate you coming through and catching up and letting everybody know that you're doing all right.
Absolutely, man.
You're adulting, you got a new career path, and it's gonna, rejuvenate your content creation because you're in a good state of mind. You keep in touch with the right type of people and things like that, man. It's just awesome for me to see you just doing well, man.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah,
Thank
doing
you,
well. Like I said, and I tell this to all the people I talk to. I know we ain't each other's shit and we're not best of friends. We live in different parts of the country, but I see you, man. I see you doing your thing and being so positive and hanging out, and it's cool, man. Yeah. I appreciate you coming through, Foxx. Thank you so much for your time, man. Make sure before we get out of here, plug yourself. What platforms you on? What kind of let everybody know. I'll put it in the description, but what are you mainly at right now?
Foxx Uchiha everywhere. Right now, obviously Facebook, that's the home, man. Shout out to the Uchiha gang, shout out to the Foxx House. So Facebook, obviously, Twitter. I just made a Threads. I haven't done too much with it, but
just to have it
everywhere. But literally, follow me everywhere. Because you just never know. Just tap
that's why I tell people, just make an account. I have a Twitter. I don't really use it every once in a while, just to have the name, and that's it, man.
Just to keep up.
Hell yeah, man. But all that stuff will be in the description, guys. If you're watching this on YouTube or hearing this on iTunes, Spotify, all that good stuff. We appreciate your time and continued support from myself, Mr. Jimmy Dukes.
Yes, sir.
My boy Foxx. Until next time, y'all make sure you go check him out.
Yes, sir.
Peace out, homies.
Take care.